So I've been asked about this triple wall bug sequence here in Lost Valley. If I have any visuals I look for, what I exactly do, if people want to try this. Seemingly I can get it most of the time without too much of a problem. So there are a couple things I look for. Not like really specific strategies, but some things. First visual is pulling up here. There's this black dot here near the right of the tile. Her hand is about on it right now, this black dot. We want to be a little to the side of that. Like this much is good. This sets us up for a good first wall bug. And so then we want to gun turn to an angle about here. Just any sort of a good angle for a wall bug. There's a lot that will work. And so basically from here, I have muscle memory of jumping into the wall, getting the wall bug, and then rolling for the stumble cancel. And then I just hold up and left and stopping. So like this. For those couple steps and stopping right here. Now this is actually, seemingly this might be good for a wall bug, which it was. So yeah, basically that's all I have for this part is this sequence right here, starting from a little left of that dot, gun turn into this, and then hold left. And so I have muscle memory for when they'll hold left here, but then I have a visual here about where I want to be. So there is this kind of a dark spot right here I'm standing on now, that whole thing in the corner. And so this line here I'm sidestepping on, that separates the lighter part from this darker part. I'm looking at where I am in relation to that line. So after I stop, I'm trying to stop parallel with this line and with a little gap in between. So it's a little precise. So if we set it back up from here again, turn, jump, get this, and stop here. So now you can see I'm kind of parallel with this line, if you can tell, on the floor. So there's a little bit of gap between my shadow and the dark spot, and I'm parallel with the wall. So I think this is a good position. This is kind of the distance I need, and then I just need to get aiming at the wall almost straight on. I never have too much of a problem, and then just jump into it, and that works for me. So a lot of it is just muscle memory, but once I have the muscle memory about where I want to go, I can get within a margin of error. So like here, I'm a lot farther away. So I'm a lot closer to the wall than the other ones, as you can see. So if I land here, I try and aim more. So I'm not going to aim more head on. I'm going to aim more off to the left here at a much higher angle because I'm closer. So I need to get more into my jump to get the wall bug. Now it's more precise when you're at a kind of a spot like that, so that wasn't able to work there. But you can imagine how that goes. Once you have that kind of a visual and a muscle memory, once you start getting used to it, you can get angles and somewhat and realize, now this is kind of far away, I would aim more straight on at it, and that works. There's really not much more explaining I can do about the second wall bug. It's probably the hardest one out of the three. A lot of it is muscle memory and watching where you are to make sure you can adjust accordingly. And now this one has a pretty easy visual. There's this crack on the wall that kind of looks like a T. If you can see, it's right in between my legs right now. You have a line going straight down. We kind of have a hat on it. It looks like a T. I try and get this T closer to Lara's right leg. So right here, this is good. So it's not center with Lara, but it's closer to her right leg, but we have a gap in between her right leg and the T. So now we can turn, basically aim at the wall, slight angle, and jump into it. So this is a lot easier than the second one. This is actually good. Again, this should be good. Whoop, I didn't turn enough there. So yeah, just this T. I like to, so after I get this second one, because I'm doing it fast, I like to do the roll bug and then run straight and get it lined up. But you can do like what I just did there, stop and then sort of look and then like line it up and then get it. But it's whatever you can get used to. But that's the visual. This should work. If you're too close to the wall, it's going to be like this. There's not too much of a gap between the T and her leg. We're too close. but it's forgiving if you know what you're doing. So I aimed even more in the corner there on that one. So this will work. There's really not too much to explain. It is really just taking the attempts and the practice to get used to it, get used to the visual, know how much you have to turn depending on where you exactly are, and you'll be getting that sequence eventually. So that's it for me. I hope this helped somewhat if someone wants to try this really toxic hard sequence, but you know, don't be upset if you can't get it. This is painfully difficult. Thank you.